We're going to learn some maneuvers today. So we'll draw some pictures and I'll explain what the pictures mean and how you do the maneuver as we look at them. First we have uphill parking. So you're going to want to draw an uphill slope with the arrow indicating that it's going uphill. When you draw your vehicle here, the red asterisks, the little stars there, mean turn signal. So you would turn your signal on to the right and you would check your mirrors and your blind spot and pull over to the curb. You would turn your wheels to the left. So we say up, up, and away. Turn them to the left. That's why you draw the wheels this way, away from the curb. You would put your car in neutral, which is a non-gear, and roll back and tap the curb. By tap we mean try to control that. When it connects with the curb, stop your vehicle so it doesn't bounce off the curb. You would put it in park and then put your parking brake on so that if someone hit your parked car, your tires would bump the curb and your car would not be pushed down the hill. Because once again, you have already parked your vehicle, so you're not in the car. If someone hit it, you would want it to just stay there at the curb. Now we're going to learn how to leave the uphill park. So you will again draw your curb sloping upward. To leave the uphill, you're going to put the car in drive, release the parking brake, put your left turn signal on, those are the red stars, check your mirrors and your blind spot, and if it's clear, you leave the curb, and this is what we mean, this little swirly means when you're leaving the curb, when you're off the curb, you can adjust your steering wheel so that you're in your lane as you leave the curb. Now we're going to learn how to downhill park. When you're going downhill, you have your downward slope drawn like this with your downward arrow. When you draw your vehicle, you're going to draw your tires facing the curb. So you're going to turn your steering wheel all the way to the right toward the curb, put the vehicle in neutral, roll forward and tap the curb. You'll switch gears to park and put on your parking brake. We call this one down, down, and in. You can use whatever thing helps you remember to go to the right, down, down, and in. Whatever helps you remember which way to put those wheels. Now we'll learn how to leave the downhill park. To leave, this looks a little overwhelming, but you just have to do a couple of extra steps. Draw your downward slope again and your downward arrow. Your tires were originally at the curb, so we have to put the car in reverse first because we do not want to drive into the curb. So we put the car in reverse. So that's what we mean by this arrow here. Release the parking brake and turn around and look behind you. You're looking for people, so pedestrian traffic and vehicular traffic behind you. If it's clear, you're going to gas off the curb. So you're going to remove yourself from the curb till you're parallel with it, which means you're straight along with the curb. Then put it in drive. Turn the wheel one time to the left to straighten out your wheels. So one time. Signal left, check your mirrors and blind spot, and if it's clear, you just let go of your brake and you'll travel straight forward in your lane because you straightened out your wheels. Next we have the two-point turn, which is very difficult, but it can be mastered if you just focus on a couple of things that will help you turn the corner successfully without widening out or rolling over the curb. You want to start, this is the sidewalk here, and it was drawn just for your perspective on where you are. You're going to start up a ways. So we usually start by a mailbox, by a driveway or something like that. You're going to want to turn a corner, a two-point turn around a corner that has no stop sign or yield sign. You'll have your right turn signal on, and you're going to back up in a straight line. When you start getting close to the sidewalk, pause. Look forward, because you don't know really what's happening coming at you because you've been turning around to back up. So you look forward and you look also to the left. So forward and left, because when you're turned around, you can see this traffic coming this way, and you can see people coming at you from behind you. But you can't really tell coming at you forward or to the left. So check it out, and if it's clear, you're good to go. You're good to continue. But if it's not clear, if someone's coming from any of these directions, you have to stop. We really don't have the right of way for this. So if it's clear, you can start turning the steering wheel to the right. If you want to go to the right, you turn the wheels to the right. So you're going to go around the corner, a little bit around, a little bit around, a little bit around. When your car is straight, see how it's straight right here? You stop. Straighten the steering wheel. So it's usually about one time around to the left. You've been turning your wheel to the right to go around the corner. You want to then stop and turn your wheel to the left, one rotation. When your wheels are straight, turn around and continue backing up. And we usually have students back up until they're behind the sidewalk at least. We'll tell you when to stop. So again, you're going to have that right turn signal on, back up straight. Pause here when you get to the sidewalk and check for traffic, any kind of traffic, pedestrian or vehicular. Look forward, look left, and if it's clear, you're going to start turning to the right, and you're going to go around the corner. When you get around the corner, you stop when your car is straight. Straighten the wheels one time to the left till your steering wheel is straight, and then you continue to back up. Continue to back up until you are straight wheels, straight vehicle. And hopefully, everyone, you are the same distance from the curb from start to finish. From start to finish. The key is to ride your brake a little bit around the corner. If you have too much speed going in, you'll probably send yourself out here, and then you'll kind of go wide and in. So control your speed a little bit. That will help you. Make sure you're looking around while you're doing this. You have to look for cars. If anyone's coming, stop and allow them to move around you. Give them a little courtesy wave. And then you'll be good to go to continue until you can stop, straighten, and back up. Next, we're going to learn the three-point turn. For the three-point turn, you will start at the curb. You will put your left turn signal on. That's what the red star is. And steer the wheels all the way to the left. It's called dry steering when you have your foot on the brake and you steer the wheel all the way to the left. You then will send your vehicle to the left. Stop yourself from hitting the curb. If you touch the curb, then you can't turn your wheels the other direction. So we usually say for this one, gear, signal, wheel. Gear, signal, wheel. So you're here, you've gone as far perpendicular as you can to your original starting position, but you do not touch the curb. Then you put the car in reverse, put your right signal on, and then turn your wheels all the way to the right. You're going to back up to the right. So gear to reverse, right signal, steering wheel to the right all the way, and you're going to back up. You only back up enough so that you can steer out your last phase. You only want to back up enough so that you can steer out your last phase. If you back up too much, everyone, if you back up toward the curb behind you, then when you end up going, you're going to be in the oncoming lane. So just back up a little bit, then put the car in drive, put your left signal on, and steer the wheel all the way to the left while you are looking back and forth. So while you're steering the wheel during these phases, check it out back and forth to make sure no one's coming. And if there is someone coming, maybe they're waiting for you to finish, just give them a wave or wait till you're finished and you're driving away and thank them for waiting for you to finish, because again, we don't really have the right of way for this maneuver. So you'll put it in drive for that last phase, signal left, and then you will go into your regular traffic lane and proceed. Sometimes when you're done with your first phase here, there's room over here to let someone through if someone's waiting for you. So you could wave someone on, and then you can focus on finishing your three-point turn with nobody waiting for you. If not, there's no room, just wave to them, try to finish up, and then thank them for waiting for you. Again, we do this usually, at a dead end, or if there's a reason we have to turn ourselves around, maybe at a scene where there was a collision and the police want you to turn around. So you're not going to whip into one of these on a major road like Hints or Dundee or something like that. It's usually in the neighborhood when you need to turn yourself around. The last maneuver is backing up in a straight line. To back up straight, you will be not completely flush with the curb when you start this, because if you're in the curb line, when you start, if you're real close to the curb, when you back up, the roads are crowned in the neighborhood, which means that they're a little bit higher in the middle than they are on the sides of the road. So if you start too close to the curb here, we're going to usually end up backing up into the curb or into a mailbox or into a garbage can. So leave yourself a couple feet from the curb. You are going to want to start with your steering wheel very, very straight. Put your left hand at the top of the steering wheel. When you turn around, get nice and tall. So ladies, if you're tiny, you're going to want to try to get up as tall as you can and turn around, like move your right shoulder around to the right so that you can really look through that back window. You cannot just stare at your rear view mirror for this maneuver. You need to turn around, everyone. You are going to maybe get yourself moving with a little bit of gas, but after that, you're just going to want to cover your brake so that you can stop if you need to stop. Too much speed kind of sends you weaving a little bit. So you're going to want to go slowly back, maybe idle backwards. Just let your car move on its own momentum about approximately 50 feet. We will stop you. We will tell you when to stop. So that's backing up straight. Those were our maneuvers. We will be folding this mini book of maneuvers into a book with you. You may have to do one or more of these maneuvers when you take your road test at the DMV. You will have to do all of these for us here at school on your road test. Good luck.